And go.
Go.
And her business name is Transformation Synergy. She is a certified professional business and life coach. Her location is here in Petaluma, and years in business, 18. Wow, that's pretty impressive. So, previous jobs and careers, she was Director of Operations, Director of Communications and Marketing, Director of Development, Promotions and Special Events Manager, a VIP Client Manager, a CFO, Food and Beverage Manager, Ralph Lauren Store Manager, Professional Ski Patrol, Professional Ski Instructor, and an Ocean Dolphin Swimming Guide. Whoa! Pretty impressive, girl.
From like the massive to the fun.
And her city of residence is here in Petaluma. She's been here for 4 years. And then just some miscellaneous information. Her burning desire is to transform lives by helping people to help themselves discover more joy, more freedom, new possibilities, and to thrive in their lives. Everyone needs you, Linda. Everyone. So something that nobody knows about her, she meditates and she does yoga every morning. What a great way to start the day.
Yeah.
And the key to her success is to live my synergy wholeheartedly, listen well, savor life, and appreciate everyone's journey.
Thank you.
Thank you. She's wonderful, Linda.
Thanks. Hi, everybody. So who here uses a GPS? Okay, well, as many of you know, I am not the most techie person out there. I don't even have Facebook, but my GPS is like critical to my life. It's my friend. So recently I had a thing I had to go to in Antioch, and I was driving home and I was in that, trying to navigate that rabbit warren of suburbia to get to the highway, and my phone died. And so, yeah, so I was like, oh, I can't even call the person I just came from to see if they could give me directions. So I thought, okay, pull over. Because you hate those drivers who aren't doing GPS and they're turning on the signal and then they're turning off the signal and then they're turning on the signal. And so I pulled over and I thought, okay, what do I do? And I thought, well, I don't even know if service stations give directions anymore. You used to be able to pull over into a service station, maybe get a map. So I thought, okay, Antioch, Petaluma, I think I'm due east, so as long as I travel on freeways west, I will eventually hit a freeway I know or a part of the Bay Area that I know, and then I can get home. So I realized like how important that GPS is. And when I was lost, it was really a bad feeling. Like, what does it feel like when you get lost, especially when you're in a car and your GPS isn't working or something?
Scary.
It's scary. Yeah, frustrating, all of that. So I got to re-experience that. And it made me remember that we're all born with actually a quantum internal GPS in us. And if you've had kids or you've been around kids, you know this. Kids know exactly where they're going. They know what they want to do. It's the cause of many tantrums and, things. And then what happens is parents and society and school and everybody starts telling them what's good, what's bad, what's acceptable, what's not. And they start to shut down that GPS system within themselves instead of following it. And so eventually, by the time we get to be adults, a lot of people have even forgotten they've gotten that. They may use it a little bit in certain parts of their lives, but in general in their lives, people aren't accessing that. And there are quotes by like Warren Buffett, Michael Jordan, Steve Jobs, and all of them talk about using this. They don't call it their quantum GPS system, but they talk about gut, they talk about instinct, they talk about intuition, they talk about an inner knowing. And these are the things that these people follow to be incredibly successful and incredibly good at what they do in their lives. So one of the things that I work with people on businesses, and I work with people in their personal life, and one of the things that I do across the board is I like to help people access this internal GPS of theirs and help them dust it off, dig it out, and start using it again, and even like do what would be like a software upgrade to be viable for where they are now in their lives, so that it's relevant to where they are now in their lives, and bring in all the wisdom and all that they've learned into that as well. So we activate that, we get people using it, and then people can move on and they can see where they're going. They can figure out how to get there. And I work with them initially, right, because you're learning a new skill or relearning a skill. And then what they have when we're finished is they have a tool that they take with them into their lives to go forward. When coaching is a distant memory, they still have this tool that they can use to navigate their lives, and especially because life, something's always happening. And this gives them the ability to be able to recalibrate, change their course, to move around obstacles, or to even, like sometimes you're moving towards a goal and all of a sudden you go, I don't think that's it. That's what happened to me in corporate. Then it gives you the ability to plug in something else. This is where I want to go now, and to figure out how to get there. And I don't know if any of you know people in your lives, but I know certain people, and there's some famous people, again, like Steve Jobs and Michael Jordan, who seem to have this in spades. They are just focused. I've got a niece that is phenomenal when it comes to her career with this. I mean, I have no doubt that if she wanted to be president of the United States, she would do it, because she is so there. She knows exactly who she is and what she wants and how to get there. And she doesn't let anything deter her. If something gets in her way, she goes around it. So these are the kind of people that I think a lot of us may know and admire, and wish that more of us could be that way. A lot of people talk about going along to get along. And this is this coping strategy that a lot of us develop, that a lot of people develop earlier on in their lives, and carry well into adulthood. And for some people, this works like really, really well. That's perfectly fine with them. That is where they like to be. That's where they're fine. They don't need anything more than that, and that's fabulous. I will tell you that I have done that in my life, and the time that I did that was the unhappiest time in my life ever, because there was a part of me deep down that was constantly, and I think it was that internal GPS that was constantly like fighting me, that was constantly pushing me, that was constantly not happy with this being my status quo. Like, it's okay to stay here. No, I couldn't stay there. So there was constantly this battle going on inside me that kept saying, keep looking, keep reaching. There's a way out of this, and you can do it. And so I did. At one point, that was when that was happening, was when I got a coach. It helped me get out of corporate, because corporate was very seductive, but I knew it wasn't where I wanted to be. But how did I leave it? And so that coach helped me get in touch with my inner GPS and helped me go forward with that. So this is something that I work with on people. It pertains to business, it pertains to personal, it pertains to health, it pertains to financial, it pertains to everything. It goes across the board, and it's one of the tools and one of the gifts that I like to be able to give people, and it's one of the things that make it really exciting for me to work with coaching clients. So I've had coaching clients with everything from, so you may ask, like, who are your clients? I've had everybody from CEOs, venture capitalists, people who own their businesses, to people who are baristas, who are stay-at-home moms, who are teenagers, and even who are unemployed. So some of them have like paying to do that is like nothing. They just pull out the money and, oh yeah, here's the cash. And other people have to save, other people even borrow it. But the thing is, what across the board is the same with all of my clients is they're all ready to make a commitment to themselves and to invest in themselves, because they want a better life, and they believe that if they get some help that they can have it. And across the board, when I work with clients like that, we're successful, and they're successful, and usually for most of them, 3 months, depending on the issue, it can take 6 months. By the end of that time, they're off and running, and they say, this has been amazing, you've changed my life, and see it, I'm gone. Like when your kids go off to college, they're like, you've done a great job, and now I can do this. So who do you know that is in a situation like that could really use, that's feeling like kind of they're warring within themselves, they want to move ahead in part of their lives, and they can't seem to do it? that would be a fantastic client for me. Anybody who's willing to commit and to invest in themselves would be a fabulous client for me. And I do offer a free consultation to anybody. Like if you ever want to send anybody to me and you're not sure if they're ready or you're not sure, send them to me. I do a free consultation with people so that we can talk and see if it really is a good match, if they really are ready, and if it's going to be a good thing, a good investment for them. So that's it. Thank you. Those are my ideal clients, and yeah. Yes.
Actually, it's a wonderful metaphor that you're on. Yes,
Thank
I love
you.
that.
Thank you.
And what you do is really beautiful, valuable.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And Joe and I were actually talking at the beginning of the meeting, and we were both saying that that's why I do what I do. This is the reason why I do what I do. And if I wanted to just do it on a different level, then I could perhaps have more clients, I could perhaps make more money, and I wouldn't want to do it. It wouldn't be what I love doing. So thank you, I appreciate that. Any other questions?
Go ahead.
How many hours would you say you are actually working directly with a client in an engagement, your typical engagement?
Yeah, so that's a good question. The package that I use, because honestly, I'm not doing anybody a service if they don't do the package, because it is a process. Like to make lasting changes, it's a process. It takes time. Like there's no way someone could tell you, oh, here, do this, and that'll make a change. It will make a temporary change. It would be like throwing a Band-Aid on a gaping wound. It just wouldn't. And I want to help people make lasting change, because I've done the other, and honestly, it's not my thing. So the package is actually a 3-month package, and there are 9 sessions, and I spend 45 minutes to an hour with a client per session. And then all in between, the package also includes texting, email, even them leaving phone check-ins. So I really keep it active in between, because honestly, the work and the change takes place between the sessions. And in the session, I'm there to reflect things back to them, to ask them questions, to help them kind of recalibrate, but they're making a lot of the biggest changes between the sessions. So that's generally the amount of hours that I spend with people, but I spend a lot on texting, emails, that kind of stuff in between sessions.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
For sure.
Is that okay?
Absolutely.
What you were asking?
Yeah.
Okay.
When you answered a follow-up question I was going to have, as it relates to the amount of time the client needs to work in between sessions, which sounds like it's a lot. I mean,
Well,
they have to put the time in to actually get results, basically.
They get out of it what they put into
Right.
it, just like anything else. Right. And honestly, the thing is, like, so I've thought long and hard, and one of the big questions I always ask myself is, does enlightenment take place in an instant, or is it a thing that happens over time? And the truth is both. So the same thing with clients. I've had clients come to just the consultation. Bing, something sparks, they get it, it like shifts something inside them, and they're gone. They never even coach with me. And some people have to spend more time. Some people are digging deeper into things. So it really depends on the person, and sometimes it can happen quick, and sometimes it takes a little longer. It really just depends on what's going on with them.
Sure.
To tell you the truth.
Yep.
Yeah, but there's no judgment. So if somebody doesn't spend a lot of time on it and they come back and they're like, oh, I didn't finish my homework, that actually happens more than you would think.
Sure.
That doesn't mean they haven't done the work. A lot of times then I start asking them questions and they're like, oh, well, I did do that and I did think about that, and oh, yeah, but I just didn't do the assignment. And I'm like, well, that's good, that's okay. Yeah.
So when you decided to leave corporate, you got a coach yourself? You said?
Yes.
Okay. So is that what made you realize that coaching was what you wanted to go into?
Absolutely.
You had a coach?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, because coaching was in its infancy at that point. And I started with her, and I worked with her for I think about 3 months. And after the first month, I was in our sessions and I'm thinking, this is what I do. This is what I've always done. Like in corporate, I was always wanting to mentor people and doing all that. And so all of a sudden, like the light bulb went on and I went, oh my God, this is a profession. I could do this, like, for my life. This is what I could make money at and have be my profession. How cool is that?
Yeah.
And boom, I was in coaching school.
Great.
Yeah, so I was lucky. It happened pretty quickly.
That's great.
Yeah, yeah. That's-
Did you do the swimming with dolphins in Hawaii?
I did. I lived in Hawaii for 4 years, and when I first moved over there, I had become friends with a wonderful couple who actually had a boat. And they started out wanting to take out people that had disabilities and help them get in the water and have that experience with dolphins, because it's very, man, you're blissed out when you get out of the water with dolphins. So they wanted to kind of give them that gift, and then it grew and grew and grew and grew until they had like a company where they were going out, and they had so many people on the boats that they wanted some swimmers to actually go out with we call them pods because they're pods of dolphins. So with pods of swimmers, and keep an eye on them and make sure that they're all okay, that they're not swimming off somewhere, that they're not in trouble, that they're not scared, whatever. So I would go out and swim with people, kind of helping to have them have the best experience possible in the water, and then helping them get out of the water when they would probably rather just swim off with the dolphins. So it was like one of the best jobs ever. Yeah,
Sounds like it.
yeah, I have to say, yeah.
All right.
Any other questions? Okay.
Thank you
Thanks,
so
everybody.
much.